In Slow Burn Summer, Charlie Francisco is a talent agent and Kate Elliott is a out of work actress. It's actually set in the UK in London. It is um, she, they're both a little bit older than your kind of usual main characters for love stories. So they're both just kind of he's just over 40, she's just under, and they're both in the same similar kind of position in life in that she's just freshly divorced and daughter's just gone off to university, so she's at this transitional point where she's everything's up in the air and she's kind of reinventing herself. um, and he's the same really. He's just come back from he was a scriptwriter in Hollywood, so he's just come back to take over his father's business because his dad's died unexpectedly. So um, in Slow Burn Summer, that's kind of the setup of who they are. They're both quite damaged characters, I think, in terms of romance in the past. So they come at it from quite a well, neither of them are looking for romance, which is very often the case with my characters, is that, people find romance when they're least expecting it. I think for these, it's kind of a case of thinking, what does this character really need from someone else? Um, And for Kate, because she'd been married for a long time to a man who was quite dictatorial, to have someone like Charlie who's very easygoing and very kind and very, kind of cinnamon man, I think they call it, or cinnamon bun man, I think it is, which is, kind of sweet and kind of, good for you, good for the soul. Um, so he was what she needed at the time. Not to say that he's dull, he's not. He's, really funny and handsome, and there's all those sparks that kind of fly between them. Um, and I just love writing love stories, really. That's I've tried to write other things, and it always comes back around to, if you cut me through, you'd find love story writer, written through me. I'm just totally all about romance, really. I read it, I watch it, I write it. It's just what I am, I think. I'm just a romance writer. We go on quite a journey with her as she kind of, because the basic of the story is that she takes on the part of there's an author that's written a book and he's a thriller writer and doesn't want to write love stories, but he lost his wife and wrote this beautiful love story, which his agent has kind of, coerced him into putting out there. And the condition that he's put on it is that he doesn't want his name on the front. So Kate takes on the job of playing the author, which they think is going to be pretty straightforward. Just, on the jacket, a face on the jacket and just a name on the front and a few podcasts, that kind of stuff. But the book becomes super successful and grows and grows, and the demands on her subsequently go from being kind of just a few written interviews to appearing on TV and to going to events and appearing actually as the author. And it's kind of like an organic lie that gets bigger and bigger and kind of takes over. And it gets to that point of feeling like instead of being an acting job where she's pretending to be this author, she has to kind of be the author genuinely in front of other people. And that wasn't what she signed up for. And it's how she deals with that and how Charlie deals with that as her agent and protects her from the fallout, the inevitable fallout, as the lie grows and gets bigger.